Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
We are waking up to a bright sun.
Yep. So, coming up on the homestead, we're going to be putting in some fencing. So
our cows have been kind of out and about in front of our small house in a smaller kind of contained area. Pen.
And we have two cows. We have Peggy Sue. You can hear them mooing right now. And then we also have Hot Cocoa,
Ribeye.
which we also call Ribeye. And we're all leaning more towards ribeye these days. But we're going to put up some fencing because it's summer. There's more grass.
More grass everywhere. I mean, and to get them out, taking care of the land that we have.
Yeah, and so we're going to be doing the like permaculture style of like rotational grazing. And so part of that is because of the way we want to do fencing around here, but also because it benefits the land to rotate them throughout different areas and let them graze and fertilize the land, and so that's kind of why we've chosen that, and it just fits our style of fencing that we want to start with. So
there you go.
Yep. All right, so we want to tell you guys to make sure you subscribe to our channel. It blesses our family so much when you do, and stay tuned because at the end of today's video we're going to update you on our meat chickens, how many we have left so far, how big they are. We actually have weighed them so you can find out how big they are at 5 weeks old. They have several more weeks before we butchered them. But stay tuned to the end of the video and we'll fully update you, and make sure you press that subscribe button. All right, Miguel, have you ever
Done it for you once in high school.
Once in high school?
Did I know what I was doing?
Were you in charge?
No. Did I know what I was doing then? Nope. Did I know what I'm doing now? Nope. All about just science.
It's science?
Yeah. Science.
Yeah, that's what the country boy would say. This is science. I'm saying normal people who put up fences all the time.
Just imagine people that do this every day.
Yeah, man.
Well,
so how'd you figure it out? How are you learning?
Trial by fire.
And good old YouTube.
I don't understand. YouTube wasn't that helpful because there's 1,000 ways to do one thing.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody has their own way.
Everybody was saying different things.
Every old farmer has their own ways, I guess, huh?
Exactly. So placing the barbed wire fence along the perimeter of our property was definitely a process. And we stretched out a straight line from H brace to H brace. Those braces were about 300 feet apart. And then between those H braces, we pulled a straight line of string. And then Brittany and Eliza marked every 12 feet where the T-posts were going to go. And then we had Xander doing all the heavy lifting. Obviously, Ezekiel helped as well, but he laid out the T-posts where they were going to go every 12 feet. And then we kind of did this in sections. So mark the spots, lay the T-posts, and then we'll come back through and hammer them in. That right there.
Good job. Show me your muscles. Oh.
So then I had the process of putting the T-post in. It's definitely a workout. I use a T-post hammer. I don't know what the technical term is, but it was definitely a workout putting these posts in. Thankfully it was rained prior to putting the T-post in, so the ground was soft. I will say, if you've ever seen T-posts on the side of the road, imagine the amount of time and energy and manpower it took to drive these in. Granted, they use machinery and different things to do that, but man, it's a lot. So then we started the process of stretching the barbed wire along the fence. It was a process. Thankfully, we had a friend that we borrowed his stretcher from, and it made the process a lot easier. But pulling 4 wires and putting the clips along each post was time-consuming. It wasn't hard. It was just, there was a lot of them. And so we pulled that, stretched the wire, connected the clips to the T-post, and then we definitely ran into a couple problems along the way, and we just figured it out as we went.
Well, made a little mistake here, so got this big man chopping down the tree. He'll have it down in less than 5 minutes. Look at that. Watch out, Z. Better. Good job, guys. It was heavy when I was holding it up.
We kind of did it simple. We've got 3 sections on our property that we're going to use: the back, middle, and front, basically. So we have this post is going to be a corner of the section, and then we have barbed wire that goes all the way down one side. And this post will be a corner where the we'll have a perimeter or a dividing fence that goes from the barbed wire fence to this tree line, and we're essentially we add all this extra PVC, so I am essentially just going to I'm essentially just going to use the PVC. You know, they make special
Post?
post that you can use, but we're going to use what we have with the PVC pipe. I've got quite a bit of it, so I've notched them along the way. We'll show you how it goes.
So today is cow moving day. They have eaten the front yard, they've eaten up this side, and now we're going to move them into the pine trees over here where there's lots of fresh grass. But since we are utilizing this electric fence, we had to pull them up. So now they're kind of free ranging. Their kids are maintaining just to make sure they don't go down the driveway. And we are going to move the electric fence over there and then put them in the pine tree area. Alright, so here's what we're doing. We're currently, Xander, our oldest, is keeping the cows safe in the front. We've got these helpers. Miguel's putting out poles for our electric fence, which we did end up buying nicer poles, because some of the PVC pipe was not working. So we got a box of these, which works better, keeping it secure. Then sometimes they get on your neighbor's driveway before you get the fence up, so walk to you. Here's where we are. Okay, we have one of the lines run. I'm about to put it up, but they came back over here. So Miguel is going to get them back over across so I can lift this up. I think once I lift it up, they'll be a little bit timid about it, and they won't do it. There she goes. All right, we got them back in. She's grazing. She is attacking me for this grain, but okay, eat it off the ground. Eat it off the ground. Eat some of that. Peggy! This is Peggy Sue. Our cows are spoiled to grain, for sure. We're trying to get them off of it for the summer, but oh, it's been hard. They moo at us. Look at all this fresh grass you have. Honestly, cows are a little bit of some rascals because they have all this grass, but they're still right at the fence. Like, can I get out? Can I do my own thing here? All right, so now that our cows have been in their rotational grazing for a while, we've had them at the back of the property, the front of the property, in our yard a little bit before the winter rye died. What do you think about it?
I mean, it's just been a process of learning where, I mean, these cows are, I would say, stubborn, and so therefore
Or spoiled. We
spoiled.
spoiled them.
So, I mean, they're constantly wanting something, and so trying to figure out, you know, the pattern of when to move them, how to, you know, what's the best practice of moving them when you're limited with the fences that you have. And so that's why we put up the barbed wire fence, as well, you know, using using the electric, multiple different types of electrical fences, just figuring out, okay, we need this set up before we move them, or we need they need this much more space per week. But I think it's beneficial that our whole property is getting manure and, you know, getting fertilized throughout the season.
And as it gets hotter, we'll probably have more grass growing because of that. We'll see the benefit of it.
And the rain, you know, rain patterns and all that stuff, trying to figure out. But making sure that they have plenty of water, and every place that we move them, we're able to get a water hose too. And so,
because it's way difficult if you have to like carry buckets of water to your big trough.
Fortunately, our infrastructure, like, I mean, we placed water spigots every like 100 feet in our property. So
yeah. So with this type of fence, there are a couple of issues with it. One being that if your cow is too small, like Hot Cocoa, which
she was, now she's
getting a little bit bigger.
She's getting a little bit.
But if your cows are too small, what happens?
Well, I mean, they're either going to slip through this, or if it's dropped, they'll just essentially hop over it.
Yeah, it's just way easier to get out.
Yeah.
For a smaller cow.
They won't find any. They believe the statement, or the old saying of the grass is greener on the other side.
I'm pretty sure that came from cows. It had to have.
They have green grass, but they want something that's on the other side of the fence. So
yeah,
that's a never-ending battle.
Something else we learned with this type of fencing is that we tried to give them as much space as possible. But if it is touching leaves, too much grass, things like that, it will take the, what do you call it?
Voltage.
The voltage down, and it won't be as strong for them, which
makes
it easier for them to get out.
Below 4 or 5, it's like, you know,
they
an ant bite to them.
Yeah, so they don't care.
Yeah, so getting up to 9, 10, 12 volts, they definitely feel it. I think they know the electrical current. Like, I think animals have a inside radar of like, okay, there's electricity somewhere around here, and not to get close to it. So even our chickens sometimes sense that, and so but they are, I understand how people that have cows enjoy having cows, just watching them live, because it is kind of,
it's enjoyable,
funny to see them live, and they have personalities.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, when they get out and you spend half your morning, you're supposed to be homeschooling, your kids are doing stuff in the kitchen, and you're sweating, and your husband's at work, and you're moving these cows, but your kids are so much help. My kids are so much help. When you've done it, you are not that sad about butchering day. And you wish it was a little bit sooner than it is, huh? But the kids definitely renamed the small one Rowdy, because they said she's rowdy and she likes to get out. I said, yeah, you're right, that should be her name. But I'm gonna stick with Ribeye because we'll be looking forward to another year. So.
But
it won't be quite that sad.
We've enjoyed the functionality of the electric rope. I mean, it goes 1,300 feet, so we can almost put it anywhere. And we've had to invest in the instead of using PVC pipe, actually investing in fiberglass or plastic
Electric fence posts.
electric fence posts, which there are some are good, some are bad in regards to their durability and their functionality, but they worked out a lot better than what we started with. So
yeah,
it's a learning process.
So our the way our homestead is set up, it's a working homestead all the way through. We don't just have some big pasture. We have, we have 7.5 acres. Part of it is wooded. About how much is wooded, you think?
I would say, I don't know, a quarter.
Well, that includes the top that, all those pines that are.
Maybe a third.
Maybe a third of it is wooded.
Yeah.
And so we don't have some big pasture just to let them in that we can just like do barbed wire and fence it off. So we have to rotate them around. We have to rotate them around the garden so they're not close to the garden. There's different things we have to do. We have pine trees growing, so they kind of graze in between there. So having this rotational grazing really works for our homestead because of the way it's set up too. But like you said, it is a big learning curve, but we're learning and we're doing better, I do think, maybe.
So I know cows are pretty expensive right now, and I think they're like, let's say she's going for about $900, maybe $1,000. We got her, granted, we got her for free. I think she. Oh no,
we paid $250 or $200
$250 for her.
Like that.
She'd probably, right now go for $500 or $600.
But they're a great asset to your homestead as far as fertilizing the land, but also what you get in the end. You get to feed your family with really great beef.
I don't think our garden would be what it is today.
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't think our garden would be what it is today without them, their manure that we had all winter. And so
because we fertilized it with that, and I just feel like it is way better this year because we have that.
Yeah. So if you're considering even trying to have a cow, I would say have two. There's a lot of research and things to learn about having cows. I know we didn't go in depth, but try electrical fencing is definitely something worth trying. And
it decreases costs with putting up a full permanent fence, but it also helps you rotate them around. It helps if it fits your homestead better, like it does ours.
Yep.
So our meat chickens have about 2 more weeks left to live and grow and bulk up on our homestead, and then we will be hosting our very first butchering day here right out in the field where we've raised these chickens, and we are excited for the challenge. It's our very first time to do this, so make sure you subscribe because we're going to take you along and show you everything we learn and do. So these chickens, we did a little giveaway through our Instagram. If you're not following us, follow us at Simply Sewell, and you can see some daily tips and just adventures on the homestead each day. But we did a little giveaway where we allowed people to guess how much these chickens weigh at 5 weeks old, and so we weighed them. This is a challenge to weigh a live chicken. But we did it, and the 2 chickens were 4.78 and 4.28 pounds at live weight. So we're hoping to get them bigger. So we've started feeding them a whole lot more feed each day, and they are getting bigger. Their breasts feel very big compared to our laying hens. So we're excited to see how much they will weigh when we butchered them. I also wanted to say congrats to Martha Courtney, who voted that these chickens were 4.7 pounds at 5 weeks old. If you want to vote in the comments of this, how much you think they'll be when we butcher them, we will send one of you a little gift in the mail, something handmade by Simply Sewell Homestead.